Hey guys, um, got a little something I want to hear your thoughts on if you're interested in commenting and sharing your views. Um, on YouTube, sure not that much of a surprise for people that I follow a lot of knife, weapon, and gun channels. Uh, Now some of them are educational channels, if I can actually say the words right. Um, like ForgottenWeapons.com uh, with Ian McCullum. If you're interested in weapons dating all the way back to First World War and even back to black powder weapons, you should definitely go check him out. He has got some. Well, he's basically an encyclopedia of of gun knowledge. Really cool, really calm dude. And he also replies for his fans. I've written to him twice. Yeah, I haven't heard anything back from him. Second time I just did it a couple of days ago. But the first time I wrote to him, he answered me back pretty fast with an answer to my question, which is really really cool. Um, but I find that YouTube has really they've done it very difficult for channels that I follow for no apparent reason. I mean, yeah, we all know that guns and bladed objects can be dangerous, duh. But if you make the videos in a safe and secure fashion, and even some of them you don't even shoot or do anything, you just tell educational videos about them, why the heck would you demonetize them? Why would you do that? I've never, ever seen a YouTube video about bladed objects and weapons promoting violence, saying, yeah, you should definitely take this gun or this blade and go out and kill people. Never. And I watched literally thousands and thousands of hours of YouTube videos on those things, objects. And yeah, some channels to make them so they can still be monetized can't even call it by the names. Like for example, I don't know if you've heard about the channels. First of all, Demolition Ranch, run by Matt. He also has another channel called Off the Ranch. Well, Demolition Ranch is his first channel, all about guns. He is the #1 gun YouTube channel, and all his videos are demonetized. If you're not logged into YouTube and you're 18 or above, you can't see any of his content on Demolition Ranch. You can't. And all he does is fun shooting with guns. Nothing dangerous. Nothing at all like that. He always does it safe and fun. That's all it is. It's not even educational. It's entertainment. But because it has guns in it, YouTube says, nope. Minors can't watch it because they might want to go out and kill somebody with a gun. YouTube, where the heck would they get the money? Guns aren't cheap. Unless you get them on the black market. And then I want to know, how the heck did kids get guns on the black market? It's not exactly easy to find. Then with Matt's channel Off the Ranch, to make sure that that one doesn't get demonetized, he can't even use the term guns. He uses the term pew-pews or toys. But he literally has to keep the word guns or weapons out of the channel. It's ridiculous. I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks like that, but I find it utterly ridiculous. I really do. And another channel that I love watching, and I've watched for probably over 10 years by now, Skylargrim. Now, in case you don't know what his channel is about, his channel is a mostly educational but also entertainment channel. But it is mostly about bladed objects. Knives, larger knives, machetes, excuse me for a second, sorry about that. occasional weapons, guns, rifles, shotguns, things like that. But he's a reviewer, and he follows the laws of Canada, no matter how ridiculously stupid they are. And yeah, some of them are ridiculously stupid. Excuse me for a second there, fellas. Thank you. But his channel also gets demonetized. For what? For explaining to people what knives and other bladed objects and guns and rifles are? For teaching you how to handle them? Showing the fact that, hey, knives. The only dangerous part is this part here that can hurt you. This part can't. Let me show you. See? And I'm pressing. I ain't even leave a mark. Can't do anything. This here? Sure, if I hit someone hard enough, I can do it. But this is basically the same as hitting someone with a stick. Now this one can't even thrust. Well, it probably could, but yeah. Why would you demonetize something like that? Now what I did there, yeah, that was stupid. Guess what? I'm a little bit of an idiot sometimes. I like to do stupid stuff. It's fun. But it's also to show that you shouldn't demonetize a video just for that. It's called entertainment. And in his case, educational entertainment. He does a lot of research with historical... yeah. I don't get it. I don't get why are bladed objects and guns and rifles, why are they so bad? When they first got invented, they were survival tools. Guess what? The only ones that have turned guns and rifles and bladed objects into weapons are governments in the world. It's called war. Before war? No. They still existed. But guess what? They were tools for survival. They weren't invented in the start to kill humans. They were invented to support the families. The only ones that have turned them evil is the governments. Every single one of them. Now I know that goes out on, for example, all the militaries in the world. And yeah, I find that they are getting misused completely. That's why I love the rules of the Japanese military. They aren't allowed to be sent out to war. They're only there to protect the country. I'm 100% in on that. Don't send military out into a foreign country just because they are screwed up. That's their own problem. And sure, we should help people wherever we can. But not by going out and killing others. That's not helping anything. The only way to create more chaos is to bring chaos. The only way to put guns and rifles and bladed objects in a bad picture is to use them in a bad picture. Now, if you've seen every bushcraft video or camping video ever, you see that knives are being used all the time as tools for a living. You know, making shelters, making fires, preparing food, things like that. You need a knife to do that. But no. Apparently knives are murder weapons. First and foremost. Are you freaking nuts? Are you kidding me? What the heck? What's going on with this bullshit? Seriously. Can somebody please answer me on this one? If you have any... I'm gonna be a little harsh on this one. If you have any logical reasons for why they're being seen as murder weapons, do tell me. But if it's only because you're not gonna look further up than the wrist, don't even bother. Knives, bladed objects, and guns, rifles don't kill people. People kill people. End of story. You will never convince me any otherwise. You'll never have anything that shoots laying on the table and all of a sudden, oh, somebody's dead. Why? Because the gun fired. And you clearly don't know how they're made. They're made to be safe. The only way for a gun to fire, or for any object that shoots to fire, is to pull the trigger. If that trigger doesn't get pulled, sorry to say, weapon won't fire. That's how they're made. They're made to be used safely and securely. So if someone dies from it, look further up than the wrist. That's where the problem lies, not the object in itself. So why in the world are everybody looking at them like it's a friggin' taboo subject? Why? If you take the government out of the picture, take the military out of the picture, take stupid fears out of the picture and just look at them, why would you demonetize any video and any channels on YouTube that has anything to do with them? They might actually teach you something about them. Now, I love the thing, I believe it was in Finland, how they corrected, how they treated the people are afraid of guns thing. They turned it into a competition. So instead of banning everything that shoots, they did, okay, teenagers and up every year can show up and see how they most safely and securely can shoot a target. They made it fun, educational. They teach about the weapons. So nobody is afraid of them, because everybody uses them. And guess what? Nobody dies. Because everybody is following safety rules. And safety rules are as simple as they come. Rule number 1. Always treat a firearm as if it's loaded, even if it ain't. Which means, and this is part of the other rules, rule number 2. Don't ever point the barrel towards anything you're not willing to destroy. Anything. If you're gonna carry it while you walk, you either point it down or up. And I'm not talking up towards your face. That'd be stupid. But you either point it down, so that if it goes up because your finger is accidentally on the trigger, the only thing you shoot is the ground. And with a rifle, you point it up 45 degrees. That way, it's out of the way of your face, it's out of the way of your partner's face, and if accidentally you pull the trigger again, you're just going to shoot up in the sky. Might hit a bird or two. That's about it. It's the first 2 rules. I repeat, rule number 1, always treat a firearm as if it's loaded, even if it ain't. Rule number 2, if you're gonna carry it, point it either 45 degrees down or 45 degrees up. And never point the barrel at anything you're not willing to destroy. And I mean destroy. 'Cause yeah, bullets will go through. Guess what? The smallest caliber, 22 caliber, will still kill you. It will. It will still kill you. So anything above a 22, including a 22, will kill you. Now, of course, that's not going to go through body armor, but of normal people who just shoot guns for fun, who the heck has body armor? So yeah, you will kill anything you point the gun at. Anything. Now the same thing when it comes to knives. There's only one part of the knife that can hurt you. It's called the edge. Now the length of it, and that depends on what kind of knife you're using. Whether it's the short knife like this, or a sword. The only thing that can hurt you is the edge. Nothing else. And if you're gonna go with, well, the handle can hurt you, the pommel can hurt you, the guard can hurt you. Yeah, about as much as a hammer will do. A hammer will probably do even more. If you get all afraid from bladed objects and weapons just because they're used in crime, guess what? They're not the thing that are used most in crime. What's used most in crime? Tools such as screwdrivers and hammers, baseball bats because they're widely available, and bottles because they break easily and they cut like razors. That's what you most common will find on criminals that use weapons on the street. Those three things. That's what's most used in crime. Actual bladed weapons, and yeah, I'm gonna use the term weapons even though I don't like it, but that's apparently what people sees them as. Bladed weapons or guns, anything that shoots, are not the thing usually used most in crime, because guess what? The people that mostly buys them actually know what the frick they're doing. And before you go all hypocritical bullshit on my ass with, well, it's so easy to get a gun in America. You ever heard of NFA? National Firearms Agency? More and more weapons are being included in NFA, which means that there's a complete background check on you before you buy a firearm. And by the time you go into the store to buy one and you actually have it at your home location, it takes around 3 months. So no, you can't just go into any store and buy a firearm and carry it with you out. Sure, you can with some. I'm not saying that you can't do it at all. But I'm saying it's not as easy as people think. It's a hugely common mistake people outside of America. How do I know it? I research. Also, one thing people apparently don't realize about when you're broke as shit. I can't buy things. So I use what I have. I got a laptop, I got a phone, I got the internet, and I got videos on the internet. I research the crap out of everything I can because it interests me. It also means I got a wide knowledge. Now, unlike my dad, nothing against him, by the way. My dad is a jack of all trades knowledge. He knows a little bit about everything. And kudos to him. That's a difficult thing to have. He's got some weird-ass knowledge that you probably never need, but hey, it's fun to know. Now, unlike me, I know a lot about a few things. I know a lot about nature, animals specifically, not so much plants and trees, even though I would love to know more. I know a lot about knives or bladed objects. I know a lot about objects that shoots. And I know a lot about crime. I do. Because I research. Because it interests me. Also means I know more than average. And I also know a lot about movies, funny enough. I'm a movie geek, movie nerd, movie-holic, whatever you want to call it. I also research a lot behind the scenes. And trust me, the more knowledge I have about all of this put together, sometimes can ruin a movie for me because I know what's fake and what's bullshit. But now I'm really getting off subject. Back to the point. YouTube, don't demonetize everything that has to do with bladed objects and things that shoot. There's no reason for it. And yeah, there's gonna be some paparazzi that says, oh, this video promotes violence because they stabbed the bulletproof vest. So that it's to show people that you can stab through it and kill somebody. No. It's called tests for entertainment. If anything, it might help people because they know what shit not to buy. So instead of looking at it as, oh, we're being taught how to kill, no. Being taught how to survive. I mean, even Matt on Demolition Ranch has bought armor from Wish. I think every one of us has been on Wish at some point or another, or Geek or Mini in the Box, whichever one of those. They're all the same company pretty much. Designated out of Hong Kong. He bought armor from that and tested it to see what it could do. Newsflash, it didn't hold up to what they promised. Now, is that promoting violence? I don't think so. If anything, it's promoting what not to buy so you're not gonna die. In case there is some stupid asshole who owns an AR-15 and you're walking around with body armor formation that says that it can hold up to a 330